Hey guys, Doc. Totally random video today. I've been out here shooting video for like 5 days straight, and so I got to put it all together. So I'm just gonna do a video dump. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you this ryegrass, which we're down to 26 degrees. Look at this. This is crazy. I'll show you this is perennial rye. The pond is annual rye. I'll show you that. I'm getting ready to put green chocker down. I'll give you an update on the cabin, sort of converting a raw cabin like that, or even a shed, converting that into sort of a tiny house, little place to stay. What else? I'm going to talk to you about these old timbers that I bought. I'm going to take you up. Matter of fact, I'm going to take you up and I'm going to show you there. I wanted to show you, I'll start this off. I bought a new weather station. This is a Accurate weather station, and it's actually based on Wi-Fi. So I have a panel inside the house. It actually, if you allow it to, it'll actually connect with Weather Underground and give them updates as well too. So I'm going to run up to the barn and I'm going to show you the remainder of these old beams from a 1700s tobacco barn. And while I do that, a couple of you guys asked for a sort of an update on a drone. So I'll fly around and show you some drone footage of the property and kind of where it stands right now. So I'm going to hop my UTV. I'll go to the barn. Here we go. So in case you didn't know, this is the barn that we salvaged. We actually kind of restored this thing. But I've got, not only do I have my equipment stored up here, but I also put my extra beams. I have some of them in here. These came out of a tobacco barn in Virginia. The house was built in 1795, so we're assuming the barn was built about 2 or 3 years later. And let me show you what some of these things look like. The notches in these. See the notches here? Isn't that cool? But you can see this is exactly how they came out of the barn. And we learned that there's all these nail holes in them. Well, that's from where they were hanging tobacco. So you can see just how gorgeous these things are. This is exactly how they came out of the barn. So before I take you over to that cabin, let me take you inside and let me show you how we use these beams from that 1790s tobacco barn. This house has approximately 1 mile of shiplap on all the ceilings. Every single room in this house has shiplap. And the problem with shiplap is it only comes in 16-foot lengths, and you got to span more. So wherever there's I had them seam it, and wherever we seamed it, these beams up to hide that seam. So now we don't have any seams. The other thing we did is, you can see that this shiplap runs this way. This shiplap runs this way. So at that transition point, I actually put up another one of those beams too. And in the family room, or in the sunroom porch, same thing, beams all the way across. And we actually carried it into the master. Well, if I can get enough light in here. But we also carried it into the master as well too. So same thing, no seams. Wherever that was, we put up the beams. See those trees right there? This was actually a wood line, and it was nasty. It was full of snakes and bugs. This was dense. I had this whole area, all the trees removed, stumps, and then we spent another week grading this. I've got some stuff growing in here now. But then we ordered this cabin, workshop shed cabin, and they brought it in basically like that. But one thing I want you to realize, I like quirkiness. I don't want things to be perfect. I don't want them to be perfect. I want it to be weird. We did the same thing over in the house, and everyone it just makes such a different feeling. I don't know why. So I'm starting to get a lot of my fixtures in here. Got a ceiling fan, I got a sink, got a faucet, got a vanity light. They installed this exterior light here yesterday. And let me take you in and show you what we got going on in here. Let's see if I turn this light on. So, where do I start? Let me just start by yesterday the electricians came by and we basically ran all the power that we needed. I needed a 220 for a water heater, and then we have a kitchenette that we're putting in here with a refrigerator and a microwave, so I wanted another 20 amp separate plug for that stuff. You don't want to run your microwave while you're running other stuff. So all the wiring is done. We have can lights that we're putting in here. They're actually pancake lights. So all you do is you put up these little power boxes, and then after they put up the sheetrock, they come back behind and they just put up these pancake lights. It just snaps into the sheetrock LED. And the nice thing about those lights is you can also adjust your Kelvin scale. I think you can go 2,500 up to 5,000, and that's whether it's more warm and yellow or bright and white and blue. That's the two, and I want it more warm and mellow. So we'll have can light over the shower, 1, 2, and 3. This will be the little kitchen area. John and I put these cabinets here yesterday. I'm gonna do a butcher block top. I got a real nice polished stainless steel sink, not polished, just stainless steel sink with a nice gooseneck faucet. We got an antique shelf we're gonna put up here. We're not gonna put a cabinet up there. Counter height, small refrigerator, and a microwave over here. Right behind me, we'll put a little, 2-chair dining set. Over in here, we'll probably have like 2 kind of modern, kind of small chairs that are actually recliners. There's going to be a cabinet against that wall that when you open it, you can pull out a queen-size bed and close it. Up here, we're going to put a TV, and then we're going to put a mini-split HVAC system. It's plenty for this. So this wall wasn't here. Jesse built this wall for me, and we're going to leave it open. This whole place, we're going to sheetrock this whole place, but here's how we're going to use those beams. So we're going to run a beam all the way down this side and all the way down this side, all the way. And then every so often, we're going to connect those beams in here. It'll look really cool. We'll sheetrock the whole thing. This wall, I have tongue and groove. I think they call it wall plank. It's tongue and groove pine raw, just like the door. It looks just like that door there. And we'll do wood wall. And then I've got these really cool plow spikes that I've been buying. I've actually been buying them off, I think Etsy is where I was buying them. Every time I see them, I've been buying them. I think I got like 15 or 20 of them. And I'm gonna do a whole wall over here of those really cool little metal spikes. Again, you'll be able to sit here and watch TV, or if you're in bed, you'll actually be able to turn that TV out and watch TV in bed, which will be kind of nice. I don't know what I'm going to do over here yet. So I've ordered this barn door, bought this barn door. This barn door slides all the way over. And then we're going to make a little door here, have like a mini closet. That's actually a 40-gallon water tank, so that's a full-size water tank. 36-inch shower. And I ordered a rain head shower to go up on here. It's going to be really cool. Then you got a little vanity over here, vanity sink. I've got a fixture to go up here. We'll have a mirror. And then you got your your toilet over here. And then we'll do maybe some antique hutches for storage for towels and stuff over here. Now, what we also did is I told Jesse, I said, why don't we cut some of these beams and just put them across here, and that will actually tie in the whole theme of the place. But you can just see, how gorgeous they are. Absolutely gorgeous. We haven't touched those. That's the way they came out of a barn. Again, we're gonna be sheetrocking this, but see those gray boards up there? We had to cover up some structural engineered beams in the house. So I got rough cut cedar, and there's a chemical that you can apply to that, and it turns it gray and it matches the beams perfectly. So I had Jesse, we had a couple left over. I had Jesse cut them in here. We'll sheetrock up to that. And then see where he added those studs, those vertical studs up there? We're going to sheetrock off there. We're going to close it. And I'll probably pop a LED light back in there too. It'll be kind of a cool look. So that's what we're doing. Now, you know, when you start to take on this stuff, things consistently change. I think every day that we've been out here, we've sort of changed things up a little bit. But once we got that's why I brought all this stuff down. I brought all the cabinets and everything down here to lay it out. Man, it's really big and nice. And the other thing is I was marking for where I wanted, you know, water lines and power lines. That's all changed. So we had to actually do some change. Now he did put, my guys did run outside a 220. There's a main breaker box outside for my mini split system that we'll put in here. What else? The other thing that's nice about this is I don't have to build the code here. In my county, you can actually sign a waiver form. So you won't get a certificate of occupancy, but I don't need one here. This will be a great little place. If someone comes to visit, man, they can sit out on the porch. They can actually, you know, they can actually stay here. It'd be a nice, you know, if my brother wants to come up for like a week hunting, he'd come up here and spend a week up here, and it'd be really comfortable. But man, when you walk out, talk about a view. That is just that's a view to pay for right there. Isn't this kind of crazy? Look at this. This looks like it's middle of summer. This is perennial rye. It was 26 degrees this morning. I was out here and this was solid ice. It was completely frozen. 26 degrees. Is that crazy or what? I am so happy with that. My firewood guy stacked up the new wood on top of the old wood, so I'm having to move some of it. And maybe you can see how this is a lighter color here. And down here, it's all sort of a dark yellowish. That's last year's. That's sitting in this, it sat in this container and baked all year, so we're trying to move some of it, get some of that old wood out. Once the electricians get done, I want to take all that down. Okay. That's the cabinets, toilet, vanity, countertop, sink, faucets, all that crap I want to take down there. These are those pancake can lights. And what you're doing is you're just going to connect the boxes so that when the drywaller comes, he's just got to cut the hole and pop those in. Correct? Correct. All right. See, I sound like I know what I'm talking about because he told me that earlier. Color adjustable based on the Kelvin scale. So if you want them bright white, you can turn them bright white. If you want them more of a yellow warm light, you can turn them more warm light. 2700K to 5K. That's right, 2700K to 5K. So you can adjust that warm versus bright. Some people like bright white, I prefer the warm, and we want the actual warm light in here just because of all the wood we've got going on. I was just on the phone with my mom and she came out, she goes, look at that grass. That looks pretty good, doesn't it, John?
I'm person in Georgia with green grass.
26 degrees. In case you didn't know, John actually has his own lawn care business. He has a few accounts that he actually does. That's kind of what he does. And then he helps out here when it's warm 2 or 3 days a week. When it's cold, I try and find stuff for him to do to get him some hours. So matter of fact, I'm gonna go tell him right now. Hey, why don't after you cut this, let's give that backyard a little more time, and we'll do a trash run and we'll do a firewood run. Then we'll cut that back, and then hopefully the electricians will be done by then. And what I want to do is I'll back my truck up to the bin and we'll start to get the cabinets and the toilets and all that crap out and bring it down here, because once they're done, the plumbers will be coming in behind them.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll see how it plays out. It may take them longer than I think, but we'll see. Hey, so let me give you a little tip that might help you out. If you ever use like a general contractor and that general contractor has subs that come out, here's what I do. I talk to the sub and then I get their phone number, their contact information. So over here, I'm having my electrical contractor come out and work on the cabin. I saved his name and number. The plumber that worked as a sub on this house, I got his number. He's actually local, and so now I'm having him come out. I lined him up to do the plumbing. Drywall, if you have a drywall person, get that person's name. Painter, store it in your phone so you can use these people. One of the things I've learned, I can put a roof on your house. I can do that. You're not going to be happy with it, but I can do it. I like to find people that specialize in certain things. So if I'm going to put electrical in, I can probably have a handyman do it or maybe do it myself. No, I'm going to have a guy that does that 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, week after week, month after month, year after year. That's the guy I want doing my electrical. Same thing on plumbing. I can probably do some plumbing or have a handyman come out and do some plumbing work. I want the guy that's up to date on the industry, the latest technology, understands every little aspect of plumbing. So I want the guy that's doing it 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, week after week, month after month, year after year. Got it? So whenever you find someone that's a specialist, you find a plumber, electrician, whatever it is, find that person and put that name and number some way in your phone. Like I'll use the term farm. So I'll have farm painter, farm plumber, farm electrician, farm roofer, whoever it is. I'll take that contact information and put it in my phone. So a year or two from now, I can call that person and actually use them because they know what they're doing. It's a great little tip. So find that specialist and bring that specialist in, but save that number in your phone. Give it a little code. Anyways, that's it. I got a bunch more videos. I probably got about 25 more videos to do. Including one on stink bugs, how I cured my stink bug problem, ladybug and stink bugs. If you got them in the house, hopefully I'll have that done. I got a bunch more stuff coming out. I'll talk to you later. Doc.